Thank you for joining me in my SAP S/4HANA training. Please hit like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. We will be reviewing creation of asset GL accounts for integration and then continue on to integration between new asset accounting and GL accounts. So we'll be going first to assign GL accounts. In your command field, type in SIMG or SPRO. SIMG, hit enter, and then go to financial accounting node. And from financial accounting node, go to asset accounting node. And from asset accounting node, go to integration with general ledger accounting node. And from integration with general accounting node, go to assign GL accounts. Execute this, and you will need to type in your chart of depreciation. Mine is ZAB2, and then hit enter or click check. So there you have it, your chart of accounts. That's ZAB2. Highlight your chart of accounts, and then double click account determination folder. In our test SAP, there's a lot of account determination that has been created. So you need to have your list of account determination. So let's kick off with ZAB001, click position, and ZAB001, our account determination. Click it. This is for buildings. So highlight ZAB001 or your account determination. And let's start with balance sheet. Double click the balance sheet folder. So I have two depreciation areas, 1 and 30. So you may have other depreciation areas, but right now I have two areas, and we will be assigning for both GL accounts for both depreciation areas. Let's click first the area 1, then double click the balance sheet accounts. Let's try to double click from the details. Okay. So check first that you are in the right chart of accounts. Mine is ZAB2 and account determination. I'm in the buildings, ZAB001, and your depreciation area. This is my book depreciation. So we can assign GL accounts here. So balance sheet accounts, APC, acquisition, down payments, contract account, down payments, and then clearing. You have also loss for retirement. And here we have revaluation account assignments and account assignment of cost portions. So we don't need all these features. We will only assign the usual GL accounts that we need. So we will just add GL accounts as we go on with the other details if you are going to use those details. So I have prepared a list. I have my Excel. I have these are the list of GL accounts that I'm going to create. So I have to show you first the GL list. So these are fixed assets. So these are the asset accounts, building, I'll be doing it all, building machinery, equipment, and then the related contra asset that we'll be putting in, and also our retirement loss and clearing accounts, capital revenue and retirement gain, and then our accumulated depreciation. So let me move it a little bit here so you'll see these are my accumulated depreciation for each fixed asset except for land, and I would name it amortization for the goodwill. So I'll be using also depreciation operating expense and depreciation administration expense. So I'll be separating the operating assets and also the administrative assets, and then the amortization of goodwill. So this will be a primary cost and non-operating costs. Okay, let's create all these GL accounts. We put this aside, and then we will go to FS00 Remember to go to FSP0 if you want to create a general uh, the groupings for intercompany GLs. Okay, so slash O to open a new window. So this one will be left open also. Open a new window and then FS00. Let's create our first asset and it is buildings and my account will be actual account is 16101 and we will create a new one from scratch. Make sure you're in your company code. Mine is TUK2. That's good. Click create. GL account type is fixed asset. So it's balance sheet first. And then the account group will be fixed asset. That's AS for fixed asset. And for the description, we will have buildings. Scroll down, scroll down. Okay. Short description, buildings. And for the long text, it will also be buildings. Okay. Group account number will be assigning the main series for the group account number. Okay, I think this is our fixed asset. Let me check if we have another one. We can use that fixed asset or let's try this one. No, it's just fixed asset. Is this okay? Fixed asset for our group. So it's up to you if we want your groupings to be on more detail. This one in my groupings is more pervasive. So click into control data tab to fill in the details of control data tab and GBP. That's correct. We will be using GBP and this will be a recon account. So in the recon account for account type, this will be asset. Select asset. Sort key, we will use 001. Field status. Okay. Field status is here in create bank interest tab. Click the field status group. This will be G007. Okay, that's the standard one for fixed asset. Yeah, that's it. Okay, click and save. And the data was saved. Okay, we can now use this as a template. We will have our second account as machinery and equipment, and this will be our GL account 162010 and created with a template. Our previous fixed asset, which is building, is 161010. Our company code is still K2. Hit enter and everything has been copied. Let's go back to the description. And this is correct. Balance sheet, fixed asset, and this is what's good with using a more pervasive account for reconciliation. It's just fixed asset. We can also have a main account or main asset, so it will be easier for analysis. So let's try to show that. Let's open FSP0, click new GUI window, and then let's put in FSP0. Okay. Oops. FSP0. So we need to create the accounts here. So first one, we had the building. So our chart of accounts will be YGRA for YGR1 for the group chart of accounts for TUK. Okay, and this one will start with the building 1000. Okay, so click create, and you have balance sheet, and the account group will be fixed asset, buried scene, and we have building here, buildings, and then buildings for the long text. And as you can see, since this is the main uh, groupings, you don't need to put a consolidation chart of accounts here. Okay, and then the information and keywords will not do anything about it. And then click save, and the data was saved. So let's create the other assets. Okay, this the two would be the same. We can make it with the template later. So GL account type, and that's balance sheet, and for the account group it's fixed asset. And we have machinery and equipment. For the short text, let's just put in Mac and equip. And then for the long text, we'll put machinery and equipment and then click save. Okay, that's 162. So for 163, we will have furnitures and fixtures. So instead of typing it all, we can put it with a template, and then previews one is 2, and then chart of accounts YGR1. Hit enter. Yes, and then we'll just change the short text. This will be furnitures and fixtures. So for the short text will be turn and fix as abbreviation of the furnitures and fixtures. For our long text, we will put in furnitures and fixtures. Click save, and the data was saved. So go to our next account. Again, these are the groupings. So we will have 164, and 164 is for vehicles created with template. So we don't need to change this. That's okay. Click check for to continue, and that's correct. Balance sheet and fixed asset. And now we will have the short text for vehicles, and also for the long text we will use vehicles, and then that's it. Click save, and we will go now to the next account. Our next account is 165, which is our low value asset. Okay, click with a template. Now that's still correct. We can still use that. Click check to continue, and that's also the same. That's correct. And then we will assign the low value asset. Okay. Hmm. So let's put it just a dash instead of enclosement. LBA. So let's just put in here LBA. And then for the long text, we will put it the complete. Click save, and the data was saved. So let's go to the next account, which is construction in progress, or otherwise known as asset. And this will be 166, and we will use the same template. Click check. Okay, short text will be CIP for construction in progress. And construction in progress in GL account. Click save. and the data was saved. So this is also known as asset in under construction, AUC, asset under construction. So let's go to the next asset, which is land, and the next number is 167. So, okay, let's type it in our GL account and then create with template. It is still the same. We can still use this. Click check to continue and then change it to land. And then this one, the long text is also land and save. And the data was saved. Now we'll go to the goodwill. That's 168. Oops. And then create with template. And we can still use this as a template. And we can change goodwill for short text and also use it for the long text. Click save. And that's it. We have our group chart of accounts. We can now use this. Let's go back to FS00. Let's close this window and let's go back. Here we can now use the buildings and this will be 161. Hit enter and it will become buildings. We are in 620. This will be machinery and equipment. Let's put in 162. Hit enter. That's already machinery and equipment. And then here, let's put in machinery and equipment. Okay. And machinery and equipment. Click save. And the data was saved. We can go back to the building. Click enter. Yes. Click change or the pencil. And that's the building. And we will use 161,000. 161,000. That's the building. Let's now create the machine. After machinery and equipment, building machinery and equipment, we'll have furnitures and fixtures. And this was properly saved, but we need to edit that. Let's just save it again. And the data was saved. Now this field is available. We can change this to 3. And let's create a template. And 16110, that's okay. That's the buildings. And change the GL type account and account group. That's correct. We will change this one to vehicles. 163 is our furnitures and fixtures. So furn and fix, and then furnitures and fixtures. Okay, so this one with the same series, we'll use 163. Hit enter, and then you have here furnitures and fixtures. And in the control data tab, it's still the same British pound, recon asset, and posting the sort key is posting date, and create bank interest. The field status group is the same G007, so just click save. And the data was saved. Okay, next, our next account is for number 4 of this one. This is the vehicle, and we will create with a template. This is okay. Go to type description tab, and we will change it as vehicles. Okay, vehicles also for GL account long text. And this one will be 4 series. Okay. And control data and bank interest is the same. So let's click save. And our next fixed asset is low value asset. That will be on the 5 series. Let's create with a template and use this the same. That's the building. Okay. And we will type in LVA. And our long description, that's for the short description. Our long description will be low value asset. And we will change the group for the low value asset, which is 5. So the same low value asset that we have created in YGR1. And control data tab and create bank interest tab is the same. So click save. And let's the data was saved. Not, now let's go to our next account, which is 6660, create with a template. And this will be construction in progress. We can use this as a reference, the building account. So go to type description tab and change the building. Our GL account type and account group is the same. So here we will have land, oh, construction in progress, also known as asset under construction, and construction in progress. Here in the group account, we'll use the 6 series 166. Okay, and then click save. Since we have the same, that will be the same controlling tab. Last, no, we have two more. So we have land, change to 7 series, click with template, and we'll use the same reference GL account. We will change the building to land, and then land also for the long text. And we will change the group account number for land, which is also 7. Okay, I have click I have click enter, and then I click saved, and the data was saved. Last, for the 8 series, this will be goodwill, and with a template, we'll create with a template. We will use the same reference GL account, which is building, and the short text will be goodwill, and the long text will be goodwill also. And the group account is for goodwill. That's number 8168. Click enter, and then click save, and the data was saved. Now we will create a contract account. So these are GL contract accounts for during acquisition. So let's start with building. And this will be our series 161 for one series for the buildings, and it will be 11 at for the last digits. So create with the template. We can use this one, 2K 161. It's very similar. Let's check. And we will change the short description to buildings con. And this one, contract, building contract as a contract account. We will not change the group account number, but we will change the control data. We will leave this to blank. There's a blank there below. And then click save. Yes, this is a warning. Uh, That's okay. Click check, continue, and then the data was saved. So we will do the same for machinery and equipment. So change our second series to 162 and then create with a template. Now our template will be 11. This is the building contra account. So click check, and this is already correct. We will just change the buildings to machinery and equipment. So let's see if we can put in machine con. Okay, was filled up. So here we have machinery and equipment contra account. And here we will change it for the groupings for the machinery and equipment. So hit enter. That's machinery, should be machinery and equipment. No. Let's try it again. Okay, good. Machinery and equipment. Click save. Ignore the warning. Click check. And the data was saved. We'll do the same for the furnitures and fixtures. So the 3 series, we'll put in the 3 series in the GL account and click with template. We can use this one, the building template, the building contract account. So this one we will need to change the description, and the description will be furn and fix for furnitures and fixtures contract account. So for the GL account long text, we'll put furnitures and fixtures contract, and the group account number we will change that for the furnitures and fixtures, which is the 3 series. Okay, that's great. Hit enter and should be updated. And contra data and create bank interest tabs are the same. So let's just click continue and click save and click continue. Ignore the warning or hit enter. So the data was saved. And now we will go to vehicles contra account. So 11 series at the end, and the vehicles is 4 series, 164 series. Okay, create with a template, and this is okay. This is the building. We'll just have to change the short text, and this one is vehicle con for contra account, and vehicle, so we can put in vehicle acquisition contra account, and then we will change it to the 4 series for the vehicles for the main grouping account number, and contra data tab and create bank interest tab are the same. So let's just click save and then ignore the warning and then click check continue, and the data was saved. Let's move on to the next GL account, which is the 5 series for the low value asset. So 5 low value asset. Okay, create that with a template. We can use this one. Click check, and that's correct already. The GL account type and GL account group. We will put here LVA or low value asset, and then put in our GL long text the low value asset LVA contra, LVA con and LVA contra. Okay, let's see. And this one we can just squeeze it in the for 5 series, the 5 series. Okay, low value asset. Enter to show the description. And that's okay. Click save. Ignore the warning. Click check button to continue or hit enter and the data was saved. Let's continue on to the next GL account, which is the 6 series, which is in construction in progress. Click with a template, and we can still use this. Click check to continue. Yes, it's correct. Balance sheet account for GL account type and fixed asset account, fixed asset accounts for account group. So this one we'll have to change that to CIP con also known as AUC, and we'll put in here construction in progress, CIP, also known as asset under construction contract. Okay, let's check this one. And this one, we have to change it to our 5 series for the low value asset. Oh, 6 series for the CIP, construction in progress. 6. So, okay, good. Let's double check. Okay, good. Click save. Ignore the warning, click check, or hit enter to continue. And the data was saved. On our next series is 7. That's for land. So, contra land acquisition contra. So click check with the template. So this is fine. Let's click check to continue. And then the GL account type is the same and the account group is the same. So we won't be changing that. We will just change the short text and the GL account long text. So we will use landcon. And for the GL account long text, we will use land acquisition contra. And we will change the group account number for this 7 series, which is land. Click enter to update. Okay, that's land, that's correct. Let's click save and ignore the warning. Click the check button to continue or hit enter and the data was saved. And let's go on to our last contra account, which is the 8 series for the goodwill. Yes, create with a template. Use the buildings template contra account. Click check button to continue. GL account type is still balance sheet account and account group is still fixed asset. And this one, the short text, we will change that to goodwill con for contra account. Okay. And goodwill acquisition contra account. And then our group account number, we will be changing that to the 8 series. Hit enter to update. Let's check. Yes, it's goodwill. Click save and ignore the warning. Click check button to continue or hit enter and the data was saved. We will now move on to the retirement part. Let me just show you. So this one we have the retirement. We have loss made on asset retirement and maybe if you need clearing account, gain on from sale, loss from sale. We will be creating this and we won't be creating it for every fixed asset type or asset type. We will just put in one GL account for all the asset types. So let's create by creating a fixed asset retirement loss. So let's click new. Let's first put in our GL account number. And since this is a loss, our loss series is 76. And this is the latest available number. Second number series is 50. Okay. And we will create first from scratch. So this is a non-operating expense. And this is still fixed asset group. Okay, it's good. And since this is a non-operating expense account, we will need to put in the P&L statement account type. So we have two. We will use plus for this one. So the X is for the beginning balance. Additions are the plus. The functional area, we'll leave that blank. And then let's put in the description. Our description is FA retirement loss. And for the long description or long text, will be fixed asset retirement loss. In our group account number, we have a main account 76. Let's hit enter and see that this is lost. I think this is already good for consolidated financial statements or consolidating other company codes for the retirement loss. Okay, you can add a separate GL account in the group number account for your group chart of accounts if you want to be in also to be in detail. For me, that's fine. We will continue on to the control data tab, and GBP is our currency. That's already correct. We don't need to change that. And you have to scroll down, and our sorting key is 001. This is for posting date. Hit enter to update, and then let's click create bank interest tab. And for the field status group, we will use G007, the same 007. Remember the group status, the field status group defines which fields will be shown. So this is a generic or the default for fixed for assets. Okay, I think that's good. Let's click save, and the data was saved. We will need also a disposal clearing account, very similar. Our clearing accounts are in 6 series, and we now can create with a template, and we will use the 7 series of retirement loss 7050. That's our company code TUK2. That's correct. Click check. And this one on operating for GL account type, that's already correct. Account group, that's correct. Fixed asset accounts and P&L statement type, account type, that's correct. That's a plus. And we will be changing the description instead of FA retirement loss. We'll be putting in FA this for disposal asset clearing. Okay. Then fixed asset disposal clearing account. And for our clearing accounts, we have 67. Oops, accidentally clicked that. Go back. It was accidentally double clicked. Okay, 67 series. Okay, that's it. Other income. Let's check if it is updated. Okay, 67. It's in the loss. That's correct. That's okay. 67. Double check. Other income, right? Net loss. Okay, and in the control data tab, GBP, British pound, and sort key 001. That's okay. And for our create bank, in the create bank interest, we have G007 asset account. That's correct. Okay, I think that's it. Let's click save, and the data was saved. Let's go to our next account, which is capitalization revenue. So this one, we'll change this one to capitalization. So let's use 50. Okay, let's create it with a template. Our template is 750. Let me double check if that's correct. Yes, we can use this one. Click it. Okay. So in the type description, that's Non-operating expense, that's correct. And then fixed asset, that's correct. And then plus in the P&L statement account, that will be correct. And let's change the short description as cap for capitalization revenue, and for the GL account long text capitalization revenue. Okay, so let's scroll down. That we will change this one to 66 series. That's for revenue. Let's hit enter. 66. Okay, that's gains under revenues. And the contract account control data tab is the same, GBP and 100,001 for posting, as posting for sorting key, and this one for create G007 for field status group. That's already correct. Click save, and the data was saved. Let's go to our next account. Oops, there. Our next account is 0060. Okay, we have corrected the 660 series, and we have entered 6660. This is the FA fixed asset retirement gain, and GL account type is non-operating income. That's correct. GL account group is fixed asset. That's correct. And plus sign for the statement, P&L statement type, and that the 60 series is the fixed asset retirement loss. Should be gain. So let's change that to gain. We use the template of retirement loss. We will change that to gain, and then fixed asset retirement gain. Okay, that's good. Scroll down and we will use here 66 series for gain. Click enter to update. Should be gain. Hmm, let's see. Let's click control data and go back. Scroll down. Okay, it's gains. It's not updated. Click control data tab, and we have GBP British pound. That's correct. And this is sort key 001. That's correct. And asset account group. That's correct also. Let's click save. And the data was saved. Let's just double check. Let's just double check if we have created. No, we have not created 0050. This one is the capitalization revenue. It's okay. Let's create it now. Click check. We can use that as a template. That's the loss, the F, FA retirement loss. It has the same GL account type, non-operating expense income, and account group of fixed asset. That's correct. And P&L statement account type is plus. That's also correct. Now we will change the short description to cap revenue, which is capitalization revenue that we will put in the GL account long text capitalization revenue. We will change this group account number to the group series that we have, and that's gains. Okay. Now the control data should be the same, GBP for currency, and for sorting key, we have posting date 001, and this one should be G007 for assets. Okay, click save, and the data was saved. Now we'll make for the accumulated depreciation. Uh, Let me just show you here. This is not in the balance sheet accounts. It's in the balance sheet. Instead of balance sheet, it's in the depreciation. And we will choose also the book depreciation one area. So double click here, And we will put here the depreciation expense and the accumulated depreciation. Okay, so we will continue on and making the GL accounts. So when we apply the GL accounts, we can just go through the folders of balance sheet accounts and depreciation accounts. Depreciation folder for GL accounts. Okay, so let's start with, remember we don't have accumulated depreciation and depreciation expense for land. We don't depreciate land, and there could be a revalue, but you can just record that directly to the land if you want to revalue it. Okay, our GL account is 16 series for accumulated depreciation in the balance sheet. Let's create it from scratch. Remember to check your company code, and let's start with type description data. And this one, the GL account type is balance sheet, and our account group is fixed asset. Fixed asset. Okay, and our short text will be accumulated depreciation. So building, this is a building. So very similar in our fixed asset building, that was 10, and then for the contra, that's 11. Now for the accumulated depreciation, which is also a contra account, is 12. So the first contra account is the acquisition contra. Let's put in buildings accumulated depreciation, and we'll just put it in buildings. So this is in 161 series buildings. So the net value will be rolled over the buildings in the consolidated financial statements. Okay, control data, that's GBP. And our sorting key, we will put in 001. That's posting date. Go to create bank interest tab, and the field status group, we will use G007 for assets. That's it. Click save. Keep balance accounts with local currency only. That's a warning. Click check, and the data was saved. Let me double check the control data account. Ah, yes, we need to put in the Recon account type as asset. Let's edit this one, and then let's put in asset, since this is the asset account and the accumulated depreciation are both Recon accounts. Click save, and we better use this as our template. Okay, I've copied that, and our next series is 2. Yes, and then change our template